everyone. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Grab that tea, grab that coffee, put a pillow behind your back, or maybe a stormy cat. Let's get it done. So, the Federal Reserve. They announced on Monday that there's a launch of an instant payment service that's going to start in the summer of 2023. Now, it's called FedNow, okay? And it's the central bank has been developing this for the past several years. Is intended as a flexible, neutral platform that supports a broad variety of instant payments. So, and this is so that customers can immediately send money through their financial institutions. And this is according to a description from the central bank. Now, the Federal Reserve Vice Chair said during a speech to developers that FedNow will transform the way everyday payments are made throughout the economy. Great. So, immediately available of funds could be especially important for households managing their finances paycheck to paycheck, or small businesses with cash flow constraints. This is what they're saying. And having the capacity to manage money in real time could help households avoid costly late payment fees or free up working capital for small businesses to financial growth. Run, Forrest, run. Okay? I ain't buying it. So, among other examples, FedNow is set to eliminate merchants' need the way to wait 1 to 3 days before payments are finished depositing, as well as the need for workers to wait days before receiving paychecks. I don't know about you, but my paycheck and Sean's paycheck, it hits the bank and it's available. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, but retailers are currently paying an average interchange fee of 23 cents when consumers use debit cards. And this is according to data from the Federal Reserve, which FedNow hopes to significantly undercut. And they said Americans rely on the payment system all day, every day to make purchases, pay bills, and get paid. And without ever needing to consider the complex infrastructure that is operating under the hood. Yeah. American households and businesses want to and deserve payment transactions that work seamlessly, reliably, and efficiently. And the move comes as the central bank also considers the creation of a central bank digital currency, or CBDC, which is supposed to take place when? December 13th. And that would work as like an alternative to other digital assets, including crypto, which are virtual coins protected from counterfeiting via encryption, and stable coins which attempt to peg themselves to another asset such as gold or the dollar. And the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell told lawmakers last year that he had no desire to hasten the project. He said, "I think our obligation is to explore both the technology and the policy issues over the next couple of years. And that's why we're going to do so that we are in a position to make an informed recommendation." Again, he said, "My mind is open on this, and I honestly don't have a preconceived answer to questions. Now, in recent months, the Federal Reserve, they attempted to manage inflation levels unsuccessfully that have repeatedly surpassed 4-decade highs. And according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, year-over-year inflation reached 8.5% in July of 2022. We know that it's much higher, okay, but I'm guessing this maybe is this an average? I don't know. Now, this is with a slight moderation from the 9.1% reading in the previous month that was driven by lower energy prices. And even as costs for food, new cars, medical care, and shelter continue to rise. I had heard from a community member last night who she said it in the comment section of one of my videos that her electric bill, now this is out in California, was $970. Excuse me? Nobody can afford that. No one. Not your average person, you and I. That's insane. That's highway robbery. So he goes on to say that price stability is the responsibility of the Federal Reserve and serves as a bedrock of our economy. No. And he said this in a speech that was delivered at the central bank's annual symposium in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And he also said that without price stability, the economy does not work for anyone. In particular, without price stability, we will not achieve a sustained period of strong labor market conditions that benefit everyone. And the burdens of high inflation fall heaviest on those who are least able to bear them. So now I have a little bit more on what this FedNow service is, okay? And they describe it like this. It's a new instant payment service that the Federal Reserve banks are developing to enable financial institutions of every size and in every community across the U.S. to provide safe and efficient instant payment services in real time around the clock every day of the year. Now, through financial institutions participating in the FedNow service, which, makes me think, is it going to be all banks, boom, done? Or is it going to be like trickle effect, like, all right, let's see how it works out with this bank, and then maybe we'll pick it up. You know what I'm saying? And then it says you'll have access to funds immediately, giving them greater flexibility to manage their money, make time-sensitive payments consistent with the Federal Reserve's historic role of providing payment services alongside private sector providers. The FedNow service will provide choice in the market for clearing and settling instant payments, as well as promoting resiliency through redundancy. And financial institutions and their service providers will be able to use the service as a springboard to provide innovative instant payment services to customers. So the launch timing, implementing, the FedNow service, like I said, is supposed to be summer of 2023. It will be deployed in phases so that the initial service can be launched with additional features and enhancements released in stages after the initial launch. And this phased approach will allow adjustments for improvements in response to industry needs or changes in technology. So the Federal Reserve, they reached a milestone in the development of the FedNow service with the August 6, 2020 announcement that the services, features, and functionality and industry feedback and in-depth analysis, including over 180 comment letters in response to the August 2019 Federal Reserve notice, helped drive the FedNow service features and design. And they're saying that the initial FedNow service launch will include, core clearing and settlement capabilities to support a range of transaction types and use cases. Use of the widely accepted ISO 20022 standard and other industry best practices for support interoperability. Features that will support flexible adoption, including support for the use of service providers and correspondents, with an option to enroll as a receive-only participant. What does that mean? Receive-only participant. Value-added features, including requests for payment capability and tools to support participants in their handling of payment inquiries. Features to enhance experience for financial institutions by broadcasting participant availability to support their transaction to 24/7 365 operations. A user interface to support data needs the ability to have access to balance information on weekends. Features to support payment integrity and data security, and tools to help financial institutions combat fraud, such as transaction value limit and reported features. Transaction value limit. A liquidity management tool that will allow participants and others to transfer funds to each other to support the liquidity needed of instant payments. I don't trust it at all. I don't know about you, but this sounds really, really fishy. Seriously fishy. Wow. So, I don't know what else to say about that. I really don't, because I don't want any part of it. I really don't. But I don't think we're going to have a choice. I really don't think we're going to have a choice. My gosh. This is how they're going to roll out UBI. And the CBDC, we have no choice at all whatsoever. Wow. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fearless.